Today we're going to look at what we are selling right this very minute. I'll show you some items that have sold for us in just the past couple days. A lot of people are surprised by what we get out of some of the things that we do sell. Hey, Don here. Today we are going to look at what we are literally selling right now. I know a lot of people have been complaining about sales not coming in. We're doing fairly well with the vintage collectible items. Collectors collect. They don't care what season it is. They don't care if it slows down in retail otherwise. They still want to add to their collections. So if you center in on things like this, you will have revenue coming in all year round. You won't have to worry about changing over for winter clothing or seasonal or anything like that. There's a lot of areas in vintage that can sell very well. I do buy vintage games and things like that. Board games are not as hot as they used to be. They used to be really hot just a few years ago, but that has since died off. I do very well though with these earlier games here. This one went for almost $40 with shipping on it. I have literally $1 into this at a junk sale. It's been in my inventory for a little while. Once it's up though, all the work's done, so I just keep these things running, and they do still keep selling. Now, we sell a ton of brochures. This is a D&H Railroad brochure, Delaware and Hudson. I got $20 out of this, plus they paid for first class shipping on it. It's got some interesting content, some nice imagery as well. It's nothing super huge or super big. I've got pennies into this sort of thing, so I don't care if it sits again. This has been up for a little while, a year or so. Again, the time frame up doesn't matter at all because it's already got all the work invested into it. So from this point on, I just let it sit and I take the money in whenever it sells. I am in no hurry to sell individual specific items at any point. Labels, stickers, things like that I do extremely well with too. Now this is a malaria cure. It does some other things like laxative and things like that too. I got $35 out of this piece with shipping included. The buyer made an offer, which I'm fine. I took it, happy with it. I've got almost nothing, literally again pennies. It was purchased with a whole bunch of other items, and those items already made me a ton of money, so technically I really don't have anything into this. I put it up and forget about it. It's passive income. When somebody sees it, they want it, they'll bid on it. This is part of why having a huge inventory of stuff up works, because I sell all kinds of odd stuff all of the time. Hotel items sell extremely well for us. Anything with hotels, vintage hotels, hotels that don't exist, historical places tied to things, they go very well. Now this is from the World's Fair from 1876. This is a hotel that was involved with the exposition. This World's Fair was in Philadelphia, and that's where this hotel is. You can see it's been cut, it's been trimmed, it has some creases, some folds up on the left, it even has some terrible stains. I took $50 for it. It's been up for a little while. I have very little into this. All I really have into this item are eBay's final value fees at this point. We sell a ton of World's Fair items. Here's another one. This is a hold to the light, and I have a video just on hold to the light items. Many listings on eBay, you will see HTL, hold to the light. That's what they use for it. So if you held this piece of paper up, it's a card technically, you would see these words in the image shining through, which will show Uncle Sam and him advertising the Everett piano. Very interesting piece. Now this has been up for about a year and a half. I took $75 plus shipping, so basically $80 on this one here. We've had another one. The other one wasn't as good, and I got around $60 for it. So again, I'm fine with that type of sale. This came with a whole bunch of other items. Literally, I have pennies into the initial purchase, but we've sold other items from that. So at this point, I literally have nothing into this. More passive income. Now, we do sell a ton of photos. Now, this isn't actually even a photo. It's a photo of an illustration for the Tony Awards. Someone paid me $20 for this, plus shipping, so almost $28 to get this out to them. Happy with that. Again, I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these. We initially had 4,000 or 5,000. I'm probably down to around 2,000 left of these types of photos from the CBS line here. So I'm happy. It doesn't really matter. It's all good gravy. It's all a profit, basically, other than eBay's fees at this point. Now, we sell a ton of records also. 78s I do phenomenal with. Now, this here is John Wilfart, which is a polka record. His are not collected very well. I paid $0.25 a piece for a whole bunch of his records. I've sold 6 or 7, anywhere from $34 all the way up to $57. So his sell well. This is also a promo. You could only get this working at a radio station to promo it on a airwave or something along that line. Excellent sale. Again, quarter into this. Now, we've bought several huge assortments of comic books just in the last little while. We've started to list a few just in the past week, and some have been selling almost immediately. This was up for just a few minutes before someone purchased it at our price. So, happy with it. This is more along the lines of, say, an adult-oriented comic graphic type novel of this sort. It's very interesting, unique. I love the artwork on the cover also. So, very nice sale indeed. Now, foreign printed magazines and comics and things like that do extremely well in this country. Not so much, obviously, in other countries, but over here, if I find a foreign pressed edition of, say, anything like a Mad magazine, it goes very, very well. This is only from 1979. It's not super old. I took $50 plus someone paid for international shipping. So basically, they did spend about $75, shipping included, to get this out to them. This is a Dutch Netherlands edition of Mad. Now, many people think size is a huge factor. Size of an item does not bear any relation to how much it is worth. This has been up for a little while. I actually had a little pad of these. I had multiple versions of this exact same one here. I took $15 on it. I literally maybe have 2 cents into this, if even that much. Now, we've sold a bunch from this purchase, so this is pretty much all profit. Again, after eBay's final value fees on this. Now, buttons I sell constantly. I don't think a day goes by where I haven't sold several buttons for some decent money. This one sold for $30. This is a staff officer's button from a railroad line, Boston and Lowell and Concord Railroad, and this is actually a conductor's button. It literally states conductor on the emblem, the side edge there as well. Sold very well. I did sell it for $30, as I said. I've got another one available. I have literally nothing into this. This huge, massive purchase of 500 pounds or so of buttons has already been paid for through sale of buttons, and I've only listed around 5% of what we purchased, if even that much, even at this point. We've got about $100,000 of buttons listed right now. That's the list price. That's not necessarily what I would get out of them, but we sell them constantly. Here's another excellent one. Now, this is a livery button. It's an earlier one. It's nicely marked in the back. I took $80 for this one here. I actually had 2 of them, and they both sold for that same price. Again, pennies, same purchase. I have nothing into these. Here's another unique livery button as well. This is a heart with what looks to be an arrow in it. This is like a family crest. Now, I have 4 or 5 of these same styles in different sizes and different makers up also. So I've sold a few others of this same design. I took $40 plus shipping on this one. It's a smaller button. It's only 16 millimeters across and would have sat on someone's cuff. Here's one last example. This one sold for $75. This was sold right after it was listed, almost the same day for that $75. Now, I've got a couple more of these, so I wasn't really worried if I blew it out at $75, even though I listed it at $95. This is a large size button too, probably the largest one I have shown you today. So these sorts go extremely well. If you don't know what stuff is though, or you don't know your collector base, you're not going to do very well promoting these. I've added information that many people may not be aware of, like dates, the information about what's on it, the rampant lion and the whole works. It's a uniform button. It's a crest. It's livery. I've slammed it with SEO keywords across the board, as I have done for all the other listings that you just saw. Keywords have been a huge push to get these sales through. So these are the typical items I sell all the time. Why are they still selling for high dollar items? Who would put that kind of money into a little button or something like that? Collectors collect. They do not care what time of year it is, what season, what's going on. They always want to fill their collection. That's why having bulk inventory works for us, because we can offer these types of items to hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of different people to add to their collection at any given point they wish. But anyway, that's what I have for you today. Well, there we have it. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
A powdered donut cereal?
They look like powdered donuts too, taste like powdered donuts too. New donuts,
Little powdered donuts.
powdered donuts, crisp and light, with a crunch in every bite. New donuts,
They're delicious.
part of this breakfast that's nutritious donut cereal. Delicious. New donuts,
The cereal that tastes like powdered donuts.
new donuts.